Hello everyone, welcome to Homework Help. If you find the video useful, please subscribe to the channel. In this video, we'll solve this trigonometry model problem. As per the problem, write an equation for the function. We are given a graph for the function. As you can see, this graph represents a sinusoidal function. The graph has a waveform. We have to write an equation for this graph. Let's start by analyzing this graph. As you can see in this graph, the maximum value for the function is 4. And as you can see, the minimum value for this function is -2 because that's the lowest value on the graph along the y-axis. We can use these two values to find the amplitude and the vertical translation or the midline of this graph. Let's start with the amplitude. The formula for amplitude is maximum value minus the minimum value divided by 2. Four minus -2 is equivalent to 4 plus 2. The amplitude of this graph is 3. Next, we can find the vertical translation or midline of this graph. Midline of a sinusoidal function is a horizontal line. Therefore, the midline is represented by equation y equals a number. The formula for midline is maximum value plus minimum value divided by 2. Four plus -2 is equivalent to 4 minus 2. So the midline of this graph is y equals 1. Now we can write the equation for this function. As you can see in this graph, the minimum point on this graph is on the vertical axis. That means we can use cosine function for the equation of this graph that is reflected over the x-axis. This is an important concept we need to understand and memorize. The general equation of a transformed cosine function is y equals a cos k times x minus d plus c. Different teachers use different letters for transformation constants. I am using a, k, d and c. The resulting transformations are the same. We have to find the values of a, k, d and c. Let's start with the a value. Since we are using cosine function for this graph and a minimum point of the graph is on the vertical axis, that means the a value should be negative. It will be equal to -3 because 3 is the amplitude value we got. Next, we can find the value of k. The formula for k is 360 divided by period. We use 360 in this formula because the period of parent cosine function is 360 degrees. We can find the period of this function from the given graph. Period is the distance between two consecutive maximum points or minimum points on the graph. As we can see in this graph, one minimum point is on the vertical axis. We can label it as point A. The next minimum point on the right side is point B. The distance between these 2 points is 4. That means the period of this function is 4. We can use this value to find the k value. I get 90. So k is equal to 90. Next, we can find the d value. As you may know, d represents phase shift to the left or to the right. In this case, we are using cos function for this graph. As you can see, the minimum point is on the vertical axis. So we are using a negative a value for reflection over the x-axis. Therefore, the phase shift or the d value is equal to 0. Next, we can find the c value, which is equal to the value we got for the midline, 1. So these are the a, k, d, and c values we can use in the equation. So the equation of the function is y equals negative 3 cos 90 times x minus 0 plus 1. X minus 0 is equal to just x. So we get negative 3 cos 90x plus 1. This should be the final answer for the equation of this graph using the cosine function. So these are the steps you have to keep in mind to solve this problem. I hope you'll find this video useful. Please share it, like it, and subscribe to Homework Help. Thank you very much and have a nice day. Bye.